Okay guys, so it's been some time since I made my last video, and since then there's quite a bit of changes to my Lego collection. So I've been actually sort of like reallocating my Lego investments, and I've leaned down my collection quite a bit. And also I have cleared all, if not most, of my minifigures in the frames that you guys have seen in the earlier videos that I made. So the past 2 months has been a phase where I'm selling away most of my Lego because, you know, all this money are getting stuck in things that I feel won't appreciate much longer in terms of like the Lego, the value, you know. So I actually sold away most of it and kept quite a bit of figures which I think will continue to appreciate in value over the next 1 or 2 or 3 years.
Now I simply wait and see my profits.
So you might be wondering, what are these 4 boxes behind me here? So in this video, I'm going to be taking you through what I have kept for myself as a long-term Lego investment. I haven't really sat down and calculate exactly how much these are all worth. So I think the value is around 10 to 15,000 Singapore dollars. And of course, this is not all the Lego that I own. I have tons of Lego around my room which you guys are not seeing yet. And actually, I'm very happy that the cost of me getting all this Lego, like not only this, the Lego that you don't see in the camera now, is only about $1,500 at this point of recording. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to take you through exactly what I have inside my 4 boxes of Lego minifigure investments. Okay, so these 4 boxes of Lego figures, it's mainly all Star Wars. Maybe there's just 1 or 2 figures from like Marvel or another team which I added inside this investment stash here. So there isn't really any organization method here. It's just I organized it by, this first box is figures that I have multiple of, or I just pulled out from a set. This one is for like Siths or Dark Side. This one is for Jedis, and the last one is for just figures that are not in any of these categories. So let's take a look at the first box. So this one, what I have here is some of the figures from the UCS Mos Eisley Cantina. Mainly just, I forget this guy's name, is Labria or like Ponda Baba, such. I think there's like 5 figures inside there. Next, I have 3 of the Hondo Onakas. So this is all the figures from the Imperial, I can't remember what it's called, Tech Shadow or something, which has the Sabine Wren inside. This is the very expensive helmet. Next, I have all the figures and an extra Bausch Leia from the Jabba's Palace. Next, I have all the Bounty Hunters, includes the Boba Fett's, Jango Fett's, Embo. Unfortunately, I don't have the Cloud City Boba Fett. I have 2 of the Zem vessels, and of course Cat Bane. Next, I have 5 of the Bank Nuggets. I think these will all appreciate very well in value. I have all the figures from the Krennic Shadow, brand new. And lastly, I think this will do the best in terms of investment, which is the Super Mandalorians. So in total, I have around like 15 or 14 Super Mandalorians here, and I don't really care that there are 2 versions. Mainly the head is different, both are around the same value, so I don't really care about that. So I think this is very undervalued now. I have a video talking about all about this. If you're interested, you can go check the video out. But yeah, this is a very undervalued figure right now. So that is all for the first box. Not very sure how much the value is. You can calculate it yourself. Now we have the second box, which is all the Siths. So actually this one I have a lot of, I have multiple of each figure. So I think for this Darth Maul with Mag legs, I have like 4 or 5. I need to find it. So there's 3 right there. So for the Count Dooku's, I also have I think 4 or 5. So this is the more expensive version. This 2 is the cheaper version. Here's another one. This is the vintage version of Dooku. Here's another Darth Maul, another Dooku, another Dooku. So why I invest in all these figures here is because I think they're quite undervalued now. This probably costs around $20+ only, but I think you'll appreciate very well. and also for this Darth Maul. I think this is the coolest version of Darth Maul. I don't know why it's not that expensive yet, so better get it while you still can get it at cheap. Okay, of course, Darth Revan. I have 2 of these. I actually don't know why I want to keep this. Okay, wait. This is Darth Maul. Sorry, Darth Malgus. I have all the figures from the new Inquisitor site. These figures are... I just keep it because if I sell it now, I'll be making a loss. Next is the General Grievous with the cape. So without the cape, this figure alone is pretty worthless. But with the cape, it's around like $40 or $50. I have 2 previousless. And of course, all these figures, the condition is either new or good as new. And here I have the most expensive version of Palpatine. I think this came from the... I can't remember. It came from a variable set. Imperial Inspection, yes. So here I have 2 of the Asajj Ventress with the skirt, which is the most valuable version of Asajj. This one is not as valuable as the skirt one, but it has been climbing quite a lot in value over the past year or so. So I'm keeping this, and it probably is going to climb even more. So here is the original Inquisitor. This is the MOC or Mock droid. I can't remember the name. So actually my criteria for keeping all this is the figures have to show some kind of increase in value over the past 1 or 2 years. You know, some figures are very expensive, but the value isn't climbing at all. It's just staying at like $50, $60, or just climbing very slow, and I don't want to keep all that. So this one, I don't know. This one, I thought after the Obi-Wan show came out, it's going to be skyrocketing, but apparently not. I have 2 of these Sith warriors. All the figures which came in this set has all skyrocketed in value, especially the Jedi Knight. So this one is around $60 or $70 now, which I don't know, a year ago it was only $30. So definitely a good investment for this. And lastly, this Palpatine. Not a fantastic growth in value, but it's still quite a rare Palpatine figure. So I'm keeping all this. Again, I'm too lazy to calculate all this value. So I mean, if you're watching this and you have a lot of time, you can go ahead and help me calculate all the value of all these figures. Here is the box of Jedis. So I don't know which is the most valuable box I have, but this probably is the most valuable. So right on top we have the most expensive Rebels Ahsoka. The headgear is still sealed in its original factory bag. I have 3 of the Jedi Knights. So like I said, this has increased a lot in value. I think it's going around almost $200 now. Okay, and I have Ezra Bridger, 3 of it, with the helmet. So without the helmet, it's pretty worthless. But with the helmet, it's, I don't know, $40, $50. I just kept one without the helmet. Black Hat Kanan Jarrus. I don't know, this is one of figures which value doesn't justify the demand. Another separate whole video about value versus demand in the future. But yeah, don't know, this is, according to Bricklink, it's around like $300 now. But I don't know. Here we have the iconic Jedi board. Around 200 plus, I think. Here we have the Sasadin from Palpatine's Arrest. I think I have most of the Palpatine Arrest figures except for Palpatine. Turn Jedi. I think this is the Qui-Gon Jinn from the MTT. Can't remember. It's a poncho version. This, if I'm not wrong, this Luke Skywalker, it's from the Ewok village. I may be wrong, but there's a version of Luke that's very expensive, which is from the Ewok village. 3 Ella Sakuras. I think one of them is from the Turbo Tank. Ponkrell. This is increasing steadily in value also. I think sitting around $40 now. Shakti. We have Kit Fisto in perfect The headgear is in perfect condition, no fading at all, which is extremely hard to find. We have the blind Kanan. We have Coleman Trevor, Even Pell, Ahsoka. This is Sith Anakin, I can't remember the name, but it's from Palpatine's Arrest. Mace Windu, Eve Koff. This Obi-Wan is from the General Grievous set, the very old set, which the General Grievous with cape came in. Again, I don't want to get rid of this because if I get rid of this, I'm making a loss. So I'm just going to hold on to this, although the value of this is pretty low now. I think it's around like $13 only. And lastly, super rare, Agent Cola from the Palpatine's Arrest. I think it's around $160 now. So yeah, here is all from the Jedi bag. So here's the last box. So at the start of the video, I said there are some non-Star Wars figures. So these are two of it, both Deadpools. So I don't think they're ever going to make another version of this. So it's going to be only increasing more and more in value, especially when the new Deadpool movie comes out. Here we have Davy Jones. I'm probably never ever going to sell this. They're probably never going to make this again. So it's around like $150 now. Okay, and the rest is all Star Wars. So here we have Queen Amidala. Here we have the Jango Fett, the classic version. I'm not sure how much this is worth now, maybe $600-700. The Han Solo. We have, is this Boba Fett or Jango Fett? That came in the same set, this Jango Slave one. The Saxon is a super hot figure at the time of this recording now, because the Starfighter is going to be retiring, so everybody is trying to get their hands on this. Unfortunately, I only have one of it. Commander Seto. Here is the Printed Arms Boba Fett from the Slave one. Here is another Jango Fett. Hera. So this one has been quite a hot figure lately also. Here we have, I suddenly forget his name. Okay, whatever. Forget his name. I have two of these characters. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but it's from the Sail Barge. We have Death Trooper, Commander, Specialist. Here we have the very old version of Beat Fortuna. I think I have another one of him here. So I think this came from the Palace and from the very old set, I can't remember. Here we have two of the... I can't remember this name out of my head again. Okay, whatever. Two of those. Another Sabine Wren with the helmet, of course. Here I have two of the Resistance pilots, or Resistance... these two came from the Bomber set. We have Agent Kallus with the helmet. So without the helmet, it's not as valuable. The Grand Moff Tarkin from the UCS Death Star. Admiral Raddus. This is not really valuable, but it's quite rare to see it nowadays, so I think it's a good investment. Another Sabine without the helmet. So I just kept this in case I get a loose helmet in the future. We have Watto. And lastly, we have Poggle the Lesser. So yeah, this is all from the etc. box. So yeah, all these figures that you just saw, I'm probably never going to touch for at least the next 2 or 3 years, because I want to see where the value can go. And like I said at the start of this video, all this, and of course all the Lego around my room, only cost me about $1,500. So if you have the time, you can help me calculate how much all this value is. I'm planning to make more videos in terms of like Lego investing, so if you like this kind of content, be sure to give me a thumbs up and remember to subscribe.